Hey there, my name is Pravus, and welcome back to more Surviving Mars Below and Beyond. We are returning to New Ulm, and I will say we're doing fairly well for the most part. A few resources we're kind of struggling with. Rare metal certainly comes to mind, but otherwise we're kind of trucking along a little bit. The one thing we seem to be really struggling with, surprisingly, is science. I just can't seem to get enough science to freaking matter, like, at all. It's very frustrating, actually. I do need things like moisture farming going pretty soon in order to actually get enough water to survive everything, but there's other stuff that I need along the way. For example, I need better crop yields. I need less farmers working in the farms. I would really benefit from having, oh, I don't know, apartments? We still don't even have any of those. I'd love to be able to start building my own drones. Blah, 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 blah. There's a lot that we will need to do. And I'm just not getting enough science to actually do anything about that. Now, we do have a bunch of people that will be training over here in the Martian University, which should be helping a little bit. It's set to auto right now, and it should start eventually training up additional scientists, which is, you know, good, but yeah, it's proven to be a little bit of a slow going. Very, very slow going. Something else I need to do. We go back down to the underground. I've been doing a bit of experimenting in a separate game I'm playing in parallel here, and there's a lot of issues with this clearing order for some of my drones. Like, they're really, really, really slow at doing some of this. And I think that's because, for some reason, the drones are having a heck of a time actually pathing to some of these terraforming projects the way that they're supposed to, which is obviously an issue. So, one way to get around that, if the drones are going to be a bunch of derps, is actually to build or buy an RC dozer, which you would use for a lot of other terraforming projects on the surface instead, and those are actually generally more effective. They don't usually have the same kind of problems getting to this stuff, and they'll clear it out very, very quickly. So if we could get things like the RC dozer, which is a tech right up over here, and then maybe also our rover command AI, we would be able to start building some of those myself. It'll take some electronics, but overall it's not that bad. I do think we need to get apartments, because I need some extra housing. I do want to get the rover command, and I do want to get the rover dozer. Roser Dover. Sorry, I'm completely mixing up my V's and my Z's. Then we can focus on other stuff. We did say we want to get the recon center so that I will be able to work on getting some more asteroids mined up. But even if we do research that, until we are able to either buy or build some micro-G mining extractors, then really what's the point, right? It's not going to be cost-effective pretty much no matter what. So, like, there's a lot that we need to do, and all of it takes science. Tons and tons and tons of science. I'm going to go ahead and spend a bunch of money and just outsource. Let's just go ahead and speed things up the best that we can. And yeah, the underground, unfortunately, is going to remain, for the most part, inaccessible for the foreseeable future, which is obviously disappointing to all of you because you'd like to see some new content. I'd love to do that too, but we're not really there at this point. Why did no one build this light? I don't know. There we go. Now they're building up the lights. Hey, we found something. Okay. So I was actually thinking about saying this. In the underground, there is always a random opportunity to find buried wonders or mysteries or whatever. They're kind of like the mysteries that you can choose at the beginning of the game, like in our case, the dredgers, but it's randomized every game. That's one of the reasons you explore the underground, is sometimes you find some random goodie. This appears to be one of them, the pit. We discovered what appears to be an enormous pit. The engineers on location decided to run some rudimentary experiments to determine the depth of the pit, yet they have not heard any sound from the various rocks they threw in. Some other engineers believe we could build a dedicated Bottomless Pit Lab to find out if it is indeed bottomless. In the meantime, we can choose to continue running more low-tech experiments. Alrighty. So now we have a new breakthrough tech over here, and it costs 10,000 science. But if we are able to do this, it will let me build the Bottomless Pit Lab, which I assume that's over here. There it is, the Bottomless Pit Lab. Doesn't show you what it does right now, though we probably could look it up in the encyclopedia, but I'm pretty sure it basically is a way to spend resources just to get a lot of extra science, which is actually very tempting. Except, well, I don't really want to invest the resources in that right now. We can go ahead and just do some of the anomalies, and every time we do one of these anomalies, we'll be able to kind of shave off some of the cost here, at the cost of something, like stored rock or whatever, but yeah, that'll be fun for us. So let's go ahead and place down a large dumping site over here, and actually I do want to do a quick clear order along here, just gather up the rocks and toss them into the pit, because I know for a fact I'm going to need this. This is something I found in one of my test games, but it's sometimes other stuff. I find a really massive cavern, or at least a couple of other wonders out there that I haven't even found myself yet. But I hope to someday. I hope to someday. All right, well, things are going along pretty well here. We do have an electrostatic dust storm on the way, which is going to be annoying. I'm very low on my rare metals extraction, which is a problem, but that's partly because we have so many people taking up jobs in the university, which it kind of needs to happen in my opinion. We should stop sending rare metals over here, because this is just not a good investment. And I'm going to send this back home to Earth, because I kind of would like to get some additional colonists. I need more workers. Yeah, they'll be non-specialists, and that kind of sucks, but I do think it's necessary. Although, if we wait, if I can get more scientists, we actually could get some genius applicants in this next run, too. That could be kind of good. Let's assign these guys all to become scientists. I know I have other jobs that I need, but right now I think we're okay, and I really, really, really need science. Like, I am sick of how little science we've got at the moment. We don't have a ton of housing space to work with, so I'm going to go ahead and do is demolish one of these living complexes and place down another one of those apartments. That'll open up some more housing slots for me, which I'm pretty confident we're going to need in the future, so let's go ahead and do that now. Downside of the apartments, of course, is they do provide less comfort, so my people will be a little less happy. And that's unfortunate when you kind of are relying on some extra, like, birthing rate and stuff. Our birth rate actually has been pretty terrible for a lot of this game. And that's just because our comfort rating simply is not getting high enough. We're not getting enough relaxation or medical checks or shopping and stuff for some people, which is kind of dumb, because we should have all of that. Gaming, gambling, drinking, yeah, I understand why that's an issue. Shopping, sure, but, like, why don't you guys just wander over here to the grocer? The grocer is supposed to provide the shopping needs. I suspect it's because this is just full all the time, so nobody actually is fulfilling their shopping needs. We can fulfill that in a couple of different ways. If I wanted to, let's say, get an art store, this would consume polymers, which sucks, because I kind of covet my polymers. I like to keep these going. But, I think we should do it anyway, because that's a good way to get a very high comfort rating, as well as get some of that shopping need met, and apparently we've been falling behind on that. I'm gonna get rid of this hydroponic farm. It seems useless to me. I just don't really see the point. Relaxation was something someone else was confused about, so maybe we should place down some more regular parks. That'd actually be good. Hippies tend to like those things. So let's go ahead and place down more decorations. How about a stone garden or something? Good for exercise. Marsquakes! Gotta be wary of that. What about a garden? Sure. My god, how long is this Marsquake going? The screen is still shaking. Frick, dude. Did we lose anything down here? Now, this is one thing that's a little bit tricky, is just constantly having to go back and forth on these maps. I don't know. There was a Marsquake. We did analyze an anomaly, so we found 2 more researches. I think that's actually the last of the research in the game. No, there's 2 more slots left. Okay. By the way, we did find the Prefab-Refab technology over here, where we can turn buildings into prefabs. Very, very good. If you want to, you know, have more efficient mining in the asteroids, or even underground. Allow bottomless pit experiments, throw some rocks in the pit. Sure, why not? Let's go ahead and do that. And did it work? It was unsatisfactory, but we got 10% extra research into the Bottomless Pit Lab, so that was worth about 1,000 science right there. All right, not so bad. Can we do any clearing projects over here? I'm going to shrink this down a little bit and see if we can convince these guys to do this job. I don't know. It's just the pathing of the drones is just really kind of derpy. Oh, they're sort of doing it. Okay. This might actually work. We might be able to clear out one of the tunnels. I do very much want to explore more of these tunnels. It'd be kind of fun to be able to do that. But that's one of the reasons we are getting the dozers anyway. So we'll be able to get there eventually. It just may take a little bit longer than I expected. The new content of this expansion, definitely more of a mid to late game thing. I mean, I know I said we could get into the other stuff earlier, and it was certainly true. We could have gone to the asteroids and the underground and stuff sooner, but like as you're seeing here, it's kind of an investment, and just because you can go to the asteroids early doesn't really mean that you should. So in my opinion, it's probably around Sol 70 to 100 that you'll start really wanting to go to the asteroids. But even then, like, unless you got a lot of science to back things up, I think it's questionable whether it's really worth it or not. All right, so we have a art store set up, which means people should be able to go over here now and start fulfilling luxury and shopping needs. We also have our garden for relaxation, exercise, playing, and so on. We also had a pond, so that was already a thing, but there you go. Let's place down one more decoration. How about a fountain? Sure, a big honkin' fountain right over here. I don't know, anything to give guys more comfort and such. We really need more comfort. Shopping buildings are missing? That's literally untrue. You literally have a shopping building available. I am concerned that once we bring in our last round of new colonists, we're not going to have enough food. It might be worth placing down another farm a little bit preemptively over here. So we're going to go ahead and do some of that. The first apartment is built. Great. Okay. Let's go ahead and start clearing out some more housing in favor of extra apartments, because we're going to need that. Again, I hate to lose the comfort rating, but it just kind of needs to happen. We're going to need the space. We might as well do it now while we have the housing capacity so that no one is homeless. That's kind of my philosophy on the matter. Be proactive about building out your infrastructure and rezoning and stuff, you know? Yeah. Let's see. We should be getting some good scientists. How many scientists do we have now? We're up to 8 out of 20. Gosh dang it. It's going to be a little while before I can get those geniuses. Hey, Rover Command AI. So here's one of the fun things about that. We just turned on automated mode. So RC Explorer, if an anomaly ever pops up, go do something about it. Transports, you guys are going to do something about it too. And now, whenever they find that there are metals or polymers anywhere on the sector, which there always are, pretty much, not always, but often, they're going to go get it. Which is great. Now, I'm going to only have one person working over here because I'm not going to get any food out of this, at least for a while. But what I want to do is go ahead and build up that soil quality. The downside of this is now it's going to cost me extra water. The dredgers, hands are full, soul after soul. Our scientists worked their fingers to the bone trying to find a solution to our incoming dredger problem. No such luck. The problem is the lack of information. So far, we know very little about the nature of the dredgers. To us, they appear as inscrutable as natural events were to our forefathers. The science team requests more data on the subject and, if possible, a closer inspection of several different targets. We have a new research, dredger morphology, and if we analyze them, we'll be able to get a boost to the science. Okay. Well, good. Why are my fuel refineries off? We should go ahead and turn those things on, though of course that does drain even more water. Something else I should go ahead and start doing, though we won't be able to take advantage of this for a little bit. Find another water deposit. There's one over here. And that's kind of it, unless we want to go up the ramp or go all the way down here. Okay. I'm thinking we want to go ahead and just get ready to set up another extractor. We don't necessarily have to do anything about it this second, and it's going to be kind of difficult to do without the help of my shuttles, which are going to get shut down in just a little bit with the electrostatic dust storm. Actually, we need to keep in mind that I am going to start having some serious water problems in just a little bit. Oh, crud. Yeah, we're actually going to have some serious water problems in a little bit. We're going to lose all of our moisture evaporators, and I kind of depend a lot on those. Okay, well, hang on. So let's go ahead and start placing some pipes. Uneven terrain is apparently a problem. Okay, hang on. Just go ahead and start building you out like this, and get you guys up over here like so. Then we need to get some power set up as well, which I can do if I come in like this, and then we'll just go ahead and follow this since it's a little bit easier to work with if you're doing things like that. Or not, because apparently this is uneven terrain specifically for the cables. Well, that's just dumb, isn't it? Really? Hang on. Come on. Really? Oh, good lord. All right, fine. Do that. We'll scrap that piece of power cable. This is starting to get a little needlessly tedious, isn't it? All right, fine. Whatever. The point is, if you can get another water extractor, I think it'll be a lot easier to survive some of these dust storms than it has been up to this point. Let's go ahead and move these guys over into position over here. And we need to set up, let's say, a quick universal depot over here, which my shuttles should be able to start delivering things to. What I'm looking for specifically are going to be things like some metals, maybe some concrete polymers, I don't know what else. But they're going to go ahead and start delivering things over here immediately, and we can start some of these building projects. Someone stole some concrete. Well, that sucks, but it's not a big deal. And the shuttles will be shut down in just a moment, so definitely weren't able to get very far on that project. How are we doing on water? Terribly. Well, let's go ahead and turn off things like the fuel refineries, and rather than have people work out in the storms, I'm going to go ahead and turn off these external buildings, including the polymers factory, which actually saves me a little bit of water. Another dredger has landed. All right. Well, the RC Explorer should already be on its way, so nothing really to worry about there. And that's the great thing about having these automations, you know? It really helps. It really, really does. As soon as we're done with any of these crops, we need to turn these off. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and preemptively turn this off. As much as I like the cover crops, I can't afford the water consumption right now. I can't afford, like, any water consumption right now, actually, like, sort of in general. Yeah, this is why we need another water extractor. Is this extractor on all the time? No, let's go ahead and fix that. That helps. We're just trying to eke out as many hours as possible. What is going on over here? Just is out of range of a drone commander, but I don't think it needs anything right now, so I think we're kind of okay. Where are you? You're still on your way. All right, so once you get over here, we need to make sure that there's actually enough space to place all the waste rock, otherwise this thing will shut down on us, which is obviously no good. There we go. All right. That'll be fine. We'll just go ahead and get our drones in position. We'll build out whatever we can. It's not going to be much, but we'll try. They should be fixing up the leaks, I assume. Nope, never mind, because, well, guess what? We don't have any drones in this area. This is where having some drone hubs over here would certainly be nice. It really would, but I'm not doing that at the moment. Hang on, move over here, and let's have someone go and work on this. A death in the colony. As far as I can tell, not a suicide, though, so we're going to call that an improvement compared to some of the things we've had in the past. Power-wise, not looking good, actually. Really. What is costing me so much power? It's just the leaks, I think, really. Okay. Well, we could turn a few other things off, I suppose. What else would I turn off? Nothing, really. I think we just need to fix up these leaks. Yeah, go fix those and let's just sort of see what happens with the power. This should be sorting itself out for the most part in a little bit. Another leak detected. I assume you guys can fix it. Unfortunately, I kind of lost track of where it was, so yeah. And sure enough, we are burning through our power pretty quick. I don't see any reason why we can't fix this soon enough, though. Turn off the concrete extractor. I don't see any reason to be using that at the moment. That'll save me at least a little bit. How are we doing on food? Only 43 remaining, and this is the thing that I'm really concerned about. But we're about to get a big bunch of food over here at the farm. I mean, we're talking about potatoes getting me, like, 96 food. That's pretty good. That's a really good harvest. Thank you, botanists, getting me so much extra value. Done. Let's turn you off, save a bit of water. Now we're making water again. Okay. Another problem with some power. I think they'll fix that soon enough. There's the Roser Dozer. So now we'll be able to start building those on our own. We can get back to the moisture farming. Anything else I feel like I really need right now? I mean, there's a lot of things I want. Not necessarily a lot of things that I can afford to get at the moment, though. I really need things like this. Or this. But I think we're okay on food, at least for a little bit longer. Reducing water consumption would be kind of huge for me, but that takes 20,000 science, which, of course, is many souls. Alright, let's get the Recon Center. We'll at least queue up the Micro-G mining. Of course, we could start working on some of the breakthrough techs and stuff for some of these special projects, too. That's not a bad idea. Alright, curious observation. What's going on here? We've got our first detailed analysis. The RC Explorer used molecular spectroscopy to scan the rubidium-strontium properties on the outer shell, and the results are astonishing. It seems it was created extremely new, as if years ago. Okay, that reduces the cost by 50%. Whoa. That should have just saved us like 10,000 science right there. Holy crud. We should wait for a couple more of these dredgers to arrive. That could be kind of useful. Alright, fine. RC Explorer, go ahead and bring yourselves back over here. So how are we looking over here with the water production in the water extractor? Pretty good. There's a leak. Okay, we need to get rid of that. I think that the dust storms are the most annoying by a long shot, because there's not really a good way to counter the effects of the dust storms. You know, cold waves, yeah, subsurface heaters. Meteor showers, no problem. Just build some of the lasers. You can defend yourself, right? That's the idea. But then you get to these dang dust storms, and there's no mitigating factor except for terraforming. That's literally your only option. Which I admit, a little irritating. How are we doing on power? We actually generate a lot of power during the night, so we might be kind of okay on that front. Might be. How are we doing on comfort? Not great. Still missing gaming. You can't be missing shopping. We've got stuff here. I don't know. This is definitely consuming a lot of my polymers, by the way. Like, polymer consumption has gone way, way up. That's one of the things I actually don't like about using the art workshop. You really only want to build those once you are producing a lot of polymers yourself. How are we doing on our scientists? We're up to 14 out of 20. Okay. And our rocket has returned to Earth, though we won't be able to land anything for a couple of sols anyway. But yeah, soon I think we're actually going to get our genius applicants, which would be just awesome. What's going on down over here? Oh, you know, nothing good. Go ahead and shut this down. Of course, this means we're going to lose a bit of water production for a little bit, but that's gonna have to be fine. Let's go ahead and get you hooked back up. Are you in range? Yes. So we don't have to worry about moving anybody over. Just go ahead and split up the power grid. Reduce the damage. How are we doing on oxygen? Oxygen's never an issue. It's water that is consistently an issue. Just consistently a problem. I wouldn't mind having at least a couple of spare water towers somewhere. You know? Just a little bit of extra storage whenever we are making a surplus of water. I think that could be kind of helpful to me. Another leak detected. All right, this one we definitely have to get rid of. Get rid of that. There we go. And rebuild you over here like so. Okay. It's just not worth it. Every hour matters. We have enough water to survive for 2 sols in 21 hours. The good news is that's more than enough for what we need right now. But, Yeah, it's proven to be a bit tough. Let's see. Well, the leaks are going to have to get dealt with. Do we want to go back down to the underground and see what else is going on over here? Sure, why not? Let's just see what's happening. Are you working on this? Yeah, they're still clearing it out. Okay, that's good. Any new anomalies? Nope, not I can see. All right. Oh, wait, yes, there is. Hang on. High tech. What's this? They want to toss a drone into the pit. I can afford to lose 1. We've got 5 down here. I really only need, like, 4. Destroyed vehicles. We threw a drone into the pits. Oh, great Cthulhu, may ye be appeased. It worked until it did not. Okay, the drone sensors and light proved to be effective until the drone reached -3 kilometers. Many hypotheses were raised: electromagnetic perturbation, temperature, atmospheric pressure. One thing is for sure, we still have not heard any sound coming from the pit. Good lord, is it like actually bottomless? That's 30% more done. Okay, so that's additive. Okay, interesting. So 10% and then 30%. Sometimes they're multiplicative, though. I'm pretty confident, from having done some stuff like this before, that if we research another dredger when it lands, this is going to go down to 75% instead of finishing the tech outright. But this one's additive. Very interesting. Okay. New anomaly found. All right, let's just go ahead and scan this and see exactly what's happening. Gotta wait for this, though. Nothing we can do. And still no asteroids to be found until we get that recon center, which I still don't think is a priority compared to moisture farming. I need some consistent water. I would like to have an excess of water for once, if and you please, and thank you. There's another leak. They're fixing it already. I think we'll be all right. We were not quite able to build up this water extractor in time. Did anything get delivered over here? Yeah, actually, wait a minute. Hang on. If I move you over just a smidge, maybe we can build this water extractor. Yeah, there we go. 3rd time's the charm. Toss it. No, I'm not tossing in my RC Explorer. That's so expensive. No, no, no. Not even slightly worth. Get the heck out of here. Who do you think you are? 15 scientists now. Do we want to build some rovers? We can build the dozers. It does take some electronics, which is unfortunate, but I kind of need 2 of these. 1 for the surface, so we'll be able to do quick projects, and 1 for the elevator. So let's go ahead and start building those using up my electronics, I suppose. Anything else of high priority right now? I really wish we could get some upgrades from the Martian University and just make them better. That'd be nice. That'd be really nice, actually. The apartments are built up. We have 25 homes now. I'm going to go ahead and demolish another one. And let's go ahead and just keep building out some more apartments. I just want to have lots and lots of housing space. I'm also thinking we'll do something similar over here. I'm going to want to have enough people able to live in this area to consistently work the machine factory as well as go to the rare metals extractor. And now, if we really wanted to use up a lot of our electronics, I could place down an electronics store, and that makes gamers really happy, which would probably increase our comfort value by a ton and therefore our birth rate. But it's so expensive, and considering how bad I am at producing rare metals, I just don't see that being very useful. In fact, rare metals are going to continue to be a major bottleneck for a while, I think. All right, so here comes the RC Dozer. Good, good. So you are going to head down to the elevator. Let's go and move you this way, which apparently is in disrepair right now, and the drone hub is out of commission because I guess it shut down from a lack of maintenance, and the drones immediately shut down. Great! Well, we're going to need at least a couple of electronics in this area. If we can have some electronics at all over here, these guys should have been able to keep this up and running. Also, the elevator is shut down. By the way, I believe... Whoa! We had a fuel explosion. That's no good. I believe, by the way, that you can repair just one side of the elevator, and it actually does fix both sides, which is not how it was in the closed beta when I was testing it, so I'm very happy about that. We had an electrical storm hit right here and blow up all of our fuel. Good news is, I wasn't storing a lot of fuel there, so while it is a loss, it's not a crucial one. All right, cool. Huge leaks again. Yep. Duly noted. We're all right for the moment, though. How are we doing over here? We are slowly but surely building this up. Can we move you in position to finish up some of these electrical cables? The answer ought to be yes. Yep, there should be metals over there already. What did we not have over here? Enough concrete? Darn it, we barely didn't have enough concrete delivered over here. That does suck. And, of course, another big leak, but this one's in range of the drone hubs, which means it's going to be easy to repair. There we go. Yep, I just hate dust storms. I just hate them. They're just not fun. Dust storms suck. I need more ways to get rid of it aside from just increasing the moisture value of the entire dang planet. All right. What else do we want to do with this RC Dozer? You know what I want to do? I was looking at this area earlier. With a research site and 2 underground rare metals, this could be a really good spot for a medium dome, but there's a lot of rocks in the way. So what I'm going to do is just a big clearing mission. I can't make this any bigger? Really? How about flatten? There we go. I can make it really big. Oh, there we go. All right. We're gonna try to flatten this area out. What's this? A dredger. Are you coming to get my water? Wait, I didn't even know you could do things like that. Get the heck out of here. It's gonna start draining my water. No! It's fine, though. Let's go ahead and get another landing set up over there. We'll get some extra science out of that. That's gonna help speed up that thing. And we have a suicide. Gosh dang it. All right, I hate to say it, but I think we really need to get the supportive community over here. Because we're having too many flaws, but I don't know, but I think this might also affect things like suicide potential. I might be wrong on that. Could be completely wrong on that, but it's worth a shot, right? So let's go ahead and just have a supportive community on Mars. Sounds very hippie and all, but it's not. It's actually very, very kind and understanding, you know what I mean? All right, there goes a dust storm. Finally. God. Freaking hate these things. Now we're making water. Now we're making everything else. Let's go ahead and turn back on the farms. Get people working over here. And the dredger is a curious observation. We get another 50% here. Let's see. Silicates, heavy inert metals. Don't really care. We're talking about a machine or a very primitive organism. Ooh. That sounds kind of cool. So here's what I'm talking about, by the way. See, it's at 75%. So this one is multiplicative. This one's additive. Why they made them different, I don't really know. But it's interesting, isn't it? I think it is. I think it's very interesting. All right. So now we should be able to get, let's say, you guys over here, and they'll repair this drone hub, which will then, in turn, repair the elevator, and then I can send the RC Dover down into the underground. We can start properly clearing out tunnels. Though I will say having to jump between maps and doing a lot of micromanagement can get a little irritating at times. Just a smidge. How are we doing on scientists? 17 out of 20. Gosh dang it. Finish. Graduate already. You're supposed to be smart people. Come on, hurry up. Let's get rid of this living complex. It's time. And we'll go ahead and place down another apartment in this area. And come on, clear it out. There it is. Good. Done. Crop failure. No edible food from the cover crops. Unfortunate. Hang on. Swamp. None. Soybeans. Potatoes. So we didn't get the soil quality because we didn't tend it long enough because we had, you know, no water, which was the risk that we were going to take. It's unfortunate. And we're also going to get almost no crops out of these soybeans, but it'll be fine eventually, I am sure. Let's go ahead and turn this back on so we can make some oxygen during the night. We're draining power at a somewhat concerning rate, but we should be getting our sun back up in a minute, and then we'll have a huge power surplus. So we came out of that all right. And as soon as we have more moisture evaporators available, or as soon as we can get this water extractor up and running, which it looks like we already did, we will be able to get a lot of extra water production and start filling up some of those water towers, which I am very covetous of. Oh, we also need to be producing some more polymers. Let's turn that back on. Let's turn back on the rare metals, and let's turn on all of our fuel refineries, because I have not been making any fuel for a while, and I'm starting to run a little bit low. All right, we'll absorb the shock as far as our food. All is well at the moment. The art store has deteriorated. Well, how hard is it for you guys to fix things like that? Come on. All right. Let's see. The elevator is off, but if I bet you if I turn this on right now, they'll start repairing it. And I just want to test to make sure I'm correct on this before we end this video. If I repair it on one side, does it fix on both? Let's go down to the underground and find out for sure. It's just worth knowing, you know? For science. More Marsquakes. Great. And yes, it did. Okay, thank God. It used to be in the closed beta that you actually had to have machine parts on both sides, which was really irritating, but they've solved that problem. Good. That makes a lot more sense. All right, we have an RC Dover down to the underground. Let's go ahead and move it over here. And this thing is going to start doing a lot of these projects. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and turn it on to automated mode. And question, can we get up over here and find out if there's more in this tunnel? Have we finished clearing it out for once? Oh, look, we found more stuff. Yes. Okay, we did something. Also, hello, we have our genius applicants. That's excellent. I'll get another passenger rocket as of the next video, but now we have more tunnels to explore. Huzzah. Thank you all very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If so, then I would ask you to hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.